I want to look a little bit more presentable for today. Hello, everyone. My name is Ian, and welcome back. I sound like Markiplier. And welcome back to A Year and a Day, my Arthurian quest to right the wrongs of my past and better myself. Today was, of course, the songwriter showcase, which I didn't film at all. It just felt like something, to do on my own kind of deal. So I went, and they delayed it for an hour. But then I went up after two people who played guitar, and then was followed by someone who played guitar. I played keyboard, as you've seen. So I started with a sea shanty. Get the people hyped and going. There was like a dozen people there, and didn't really feel like I was getting hyped up, but what are you gonna do? Then I followed with a pop song, a little original jam I wrote with a guy called Liam Sanchez, the Hispanioles. The video will get out there sometime. The music will get out there sometime. And then, oh baby, the banger of a banger of a dance track. Just really popping off, falling in with the freaking melodica solo, just jamming out. It was great. As such, I skipped the debate, and maybe I'll watch it later, but I honest and truly do not care. And that will conclude our political section for the entirety of A Year and a Day, hopefully. Anyway, I had some more Cajun rice today. Some very good Cajun rice, very good Cajun rice. No, I wasn't sure how long to heat it for, because I heated it up for 40 minutes. It was still cold, but it also was kind of warm, and it's just like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Now my stomach's all rumbly. My stomach's all hungry. Boop, boop. Oh, we got work again tomorrow. Reduced hours. For reasons. For reasons known, but time will tell. For reasons unknown, but time will tell. Lucky speech from Waiting for Godot. A great absurdist play. Heartily recommend it. Pretty funny, pretty out there. Yeah. I made that master post for Aiden's Amphibious Adventure. Got that posted. And there's now 3 distinct world record holders for that. There's me in the damageless category. There is Skill Only 69 in the death percent category. And then Daybreak, but the day is spelled with a 4 for the any percent category. Which is pretty good. Probably make the summoning. Someone could probably make a summoning self parody now. Just close off the bit, Just nip the bit right there. Oh, how. I don't have any editing software myself, but I'm sure someone will figure out something. I'm sure. Anyway. As you can see, I've run out of topics to talk about. Short day. Well, actually, I filled up some balls rubber balls, some rubber bouncy balls for my mother, and the bouncy rubber balls. Wow, I'm just all over the place, aren't I? I'm so creaky, crazy, and weird. Ugh, give me a break. Something big actually did happen recently. James Earl Jones passed away yesterday. The voice of Darth Vader. One of the most iconic movie villains of all time. Stars is my favorite. Is probably my favorite series of all time. I adore the films. It really puts into perspective, death. Well, okay. I don't think death will ever be fully put into perspective until either you die or it's like someone right next to you dies. Either physically or, emotionally. But it's not only is it death, but it's the passage of time that we're getting further and further along, and the primary sources that we have for things like computers and the internet and for like life-changing events are slowly coming to pass. Video games, if you count to 1972, are 50 years old. Count to 1962, then they're 60 years old. If you go back to 52, they're 70 years old. Most of those people are dead at this point, because they were in their 20s when they were figuring out stuff with computers, and maybe some are in their 90s, but a lot of them are dead. And they'll take secrets and anecdotes with them. They have. We're slowly losing a lot of our history that isn't already, saved either on some physical manuscript or in a digital archive. And even digital archives can be corrupted, and manuscripts can be torn and ruined and burned. It comes a point where a lot of information if you really think about it, we have more information, junk information, than any other period prior to human history. So much has been lost, or has been not kept because it's it wasn't important enough. How many, think of the journals that people have nowadays compared to the journals that we still have. The journals we have of the past. It's a lot. And some people are just never gonna, some of it's never gonna be seen. My series, A Year in the Day, probably will end with 0 actual views by people. A lot of all the views that you see right now on the series, that's from me checking to make sure either I got the dates right or, it uploaded correctly. Otherwise, 0. I've had no one is going, by the end of this, no, it's fully possible that I will complete this challenge and no one will know any different. And I can like explain the ending of it probably, but it's not necessarily the same as having gone through the events itself, you know? It's a summary of a year. That's a lot to summarize. And how much of that information will be lost when YouTube eventually goes down? This whole thing will go with it. Everything will go with it. When the internet goes down, and we're already losing tons and tons of old pages. Your GeoCities, your your little personal sites, your Yahoos, your AOLs. Slowly, then all at once, there's just gonna be parts of the internet that we can never go back to. Jokes and references that we won't have the source for anymore. It's a thought, to think about. It's a thought to think about. What kind of sentence is that? It's a thought to think about. Yeah, that's what thoughts are, man. I wonder, if you watching this, whoever you are, will this make an impact on you? Will this mean anything to you? Like, I'm doing this for myself, but I don't have to make the videos. I can just say I'm doing this challenge and just kind of working it, but I feel as a person, as a human, that I need to have a record of this to show people that, hey, to show myself as well, that I stayed committed. I kept the course. I finished the race. And having this kind of thing, this schedule, this routine, it's a point of stability that I don't have as of late. I'm getting to the point where it's like there's a lot of things that I'd want to talk about with people, but I can't do that because I burned those bridges because my stupid actions. Ain't that how consequence works? Ain't that how it works? And I could try finding new folks, but we've had this discussion before. I'm getting deja vu because I feel like we've had this. I said, well, I can find new folks, but it just won't be the same. And then, to bring me back. Do I really want them to bring me back, or just want some sense of status quo again? Some sense of stability, some normalcy in my life. I've lost friends before. I've moved my entire life. I've left some people without a word of goodbye. So what keeps stopping me from just moving on? Why do I keep coming back to them? To wanting to get back to them? I mean, they were important to me. They were. not so important now. Where do I even start? Where do I even start? Okay. I think I rambled for plenty enough time now. Thank you so much for watching. It has been Ian. It has been a year and a day, number 23. We're getting closer and closer to a month, which is something. I think I'd probably post like a month, like a retrospective almost on the month we've done. Yeah. Okay. Take care.